This is Jim Sawyer for capitalismandcrisis.org. Our three amigos, one female Truthiness student and two zombies, walk briskly from the off-campus Starbucks toward a classroom where Adam and Joan are about to present. Their topic? Which political ideology should be held accountable for the Great Recession? Amid the hustle, Joan turns to the student to request tidbits about the economics prof they soon will meet. Well, says the student, she's smart and nice, but also she plays kick-butt flag football. Overhearing the exchange, Adam sputters, "A kick-butt economist?" "Yup," says the student. "Over Thanksgiving, the Wall Street Journal profiled my prof's intramural team called A-Lot. It's a bunch of Truthiness PhDs. Besides my instructor, there are astrophysicists, political scientists, even psychologists. Naturally, getting in and staying in the game is a big deal for athletes with 20-plus years on their students. When they lose, though, A-Lotters console themselves. At the end of the day, as faculty women, they still walk away with something the students will never see: premium campus parking spots." Just then, Robinson looks over her shoulder and shudders. "We're being tailed," she grimaces as the three speed up their pace. "It's some weirdo in just below the knee-length pants. An old-fashioned hat with a huge brim. It's casting a shadow over his face," she says, "so I can't make out who he is." Whatever. "I didn't know Truthiness had these sorts of folks," Joan says sarcastically. "Thought all the weirdos were confined on campus up the road at Great Saltiness." "Hey, scary people are everywhere these days," Smith adds. "You don't suppose it could be Bentham following us?" "No way, Jeremy Bentham couldn't get here so quickly," she assures. Next, based on the creepy street encounter, Adam does a fast-forward as they walk, describing a compelling article on connections between conservative attitudes and the fear of physical harm. Over a decade, observes Yale's John Barg, research in political psychology consistently shows how physically threatened or fearful a person may be is a key to whether they hold conservative attitudes. Indeed, brain imaging studies confirm the amygdala, the fear center of the brain, is more developed in conservatives than liberals. In some, says Adam, conservatives are likely to report preferences similar to liberals on social issues when fear is not a factor. When it is, however, voting patterns shift rightward, reflecting rising conservative opposition to gay rights, abortion, feminism, immigration, you name it. Then, as the threesome nears their destination and the person trailing them fades to background, the Truthiness student vents about her father. "He can never laugh at himself, you know. Dad shares this belief he has a deal with God, and in a dour sort of a way it helps him cope with fears about the physical safety of his family. His prescription? Pay, pray, and obey, I call it. Disown feminists, intellectuals, homosexuals. Take joy and certitude about the orderly way in which he perceives the world to work. It's basically the prosperity gospel, you know. If he follows closely the deals he and his cohort believe they have with their Creator, Father believes blessings will flow, confirming God's pleasure with his life and showing to others his worthiness." In the next moment, as class begins, her instructor welcomes Adam and Joan as the first presenters. However, as they rise, they note, seated toward the back, the same interesting individual who tailed them on the street, the one in the funky pants and old-fashioned hat with a huge brim. However, something else now becomes obvious at closer range. Will that something reveal who the mystery visitor may be? Tucked under his arm, a copy of the Wall Street Journal. Stay tuned.